I should have been a sports writer. But people quit reading newspapers, so it would have been a bad choice. But you can't do anything else. You can't speak clearly. Yeah, but you're right. Then the people stopped buying newspapers, man. Now he's working at the vape shop. I mean, that's what it would have been. So I don't regret not being a writer. Deion Sanders couldn't get to first if it was on the ground crew. It's the only way he could get there.
Sounds like something Rush Limbaugh would say if he worked for ESPN instead of whatever.
It sounded like an ESPN one-liner. I hate ESPN. They said Georgia's third best team in its decade. They only won 2 national titles out of 3 chances. And that was the 2020 year. Ohio State played 4 games. We played 10, won 8, lost 2. And, you know, it was that kind of year. So that's 2 of the 3 losses we've had this decade. Came in 2020. So even with saying a decade, you still wouldn't be third. You'd be first. But if you say the last 2 years, there would be no question who's first.
Right.
So, you know.
You're 29-1.
Right. So if you want to make Bama become the legitimate, you got to say the last 10 years it still belongs to Bama. Yeah, but the next 10 won't.
Well, we do have Mike Bobo as our coordinator.
That is true. I think that's nature's way of just kind of calming things down. Okay, slow down here.
We can't have you win 12 straight.
I don't know, man. I don't know. I mean, if can he serve Vegas and Georgia too? Everybody said, well, if he had good players back then, he would have still won. Maybe. If he had a fucking line that could get you a 3-yard block. Maybe. If he had all the things we have now, he might not have lost some of those games.
I mean, if you get the best defense in the league, that is the best situation to point shave. Like, if you shut everybody out, point shave you can still score 40 points.
I mean, you could point shave and still win by 30.
Yeah.
So maybe it'll work out. But we'll see. I mean, I don't think you need a coordinator for this team. I think an offensive coordinator is the most useless job in the world because most kids know how to play football. If you just let them play, they figure out how to score.
I mean, I think there's enough fucking 13-year-old Madden players that if you give them the disparity in talent that Georgia has, they could coordinate you a great offense.
Yeah, right. I mean, I'm pretty sure you played some ball. I'm pretty sure that play call just disappears after about 1.5 seconds. I mean, now this guy may do something like that totally unworkable. You just got to work the position. You got to play the play. You know, that running back knows he's supposed to go to the left, but I'm sure if he sees it wide open, he'll change course, right?
Right.
And the whole idea is basically find somebody napping. Isn't that what football is? Just make somebody, catch somebody fucking up. Let somebody go to sleep on the route. Bam! Hit him, or he can't cover him. But most offenses rely on mistakes to score. Georgia doesn't make them. That's why they don't let them score. There's only like 4 or 5 teams in my opinion that produce offense. Is that too bold? You play football. How much of y'all's success came when the other guy fucked up and you got 5 yards? It wasn't because you actually did something great.
They just missed the tackle.
They missed the tackle. That's it. They missed the tackle and you got 7 yards. If they got to make the tackle, you get 1.
Right.
Well, Georgia makes the tackles.
Right.
That's pure and simple. You can go copy their scheme all you want. If you guys completed the scheme as well as they do, it would work.
Yeah, it's like the scheme doesn't really matter. Like, it matters, obviously, but yeah, the main thing is executing, just tackling. Don't miss tackles.
You know,
Especially in college, like, I mean, that's where, in the NFL, that's kind of how the NFL is. Like, they don't miss tackles in the NFL. That's why it's harder.
I think most college coaches rely on that. I mean, they rely on that for a big portion of their yards. It's like, we know we're going to get 200 yards on missed tackles.
Right, yeah.
You know, today. Mm-hmm. So we're going to, especially if they can't tackle, that's why you run. Just hoping for a missed tackle. Mm-hmm. Period. Then you quarterback saves the day. That's a stupid way to do it, but that's what they really do. Mm-hmm. Run the clock twice, run some clock out, and then Aaron Murray would pop a first down, and you do that enough and you'll score. And you had a terrible defense, but you had a good enough defense to point shave. They had everything, the perfect kicker. So you can get that extra 3 points to get the win or whatever. So you relied on field goals for points. Not because they weren't capable, because it's easier to manage 3-point allotments than 7. Keeps that over-under down. Honestly, man, he coached sometimes like, oh, he's only got so many points that he had in this game. I'm convinced that South Carolina game that we lost 21-17, I'm thinking. He didn't even give the ball to Gurley.
Well, it's 21-19, actually.
A field goal would have won it. Mm-hmm. And we didn't even kick the field goal where we missed it.
Yeah, you missed it. That's what you
But
did.
It was a bad snap. Mm-hmm. Guess how easy that would be. Here, kid, throw it to the left. I mean, I could make a guy make a bad snap, but nobody would ever know. If I needed a bad snap on a field goal, I could get a kid to do it if I'm his fucking coach. Or just throw the fifth stringer out there. I don't know. No, you can't prove any of this, but you know, you intuitively know or suspect that as many times as he lost a game, but the over-under, which is almost 100%, that motherfucker, you go look it up, go ask the bookies who's the best coach over-under, and it's fucking Mike Bobo. Cashes in every week. I'm not saying, I'm not accusing him.
Of course, I mean, that could have been all Mark Richt. You don't know it was him.
It could have been, but it seemed like it got really bad when he got there.
I mean, the head coach would have to be in on it, right?
No.
He would.
Not with Mike Bobo. Most coaches would have fired him. He was just in tight with Richt. I don't know that he would have to be in on it. Why would you let anybody in on it? You don't have to.
I think you want to let the head coach in on it. It'd be hard to, really hard to not.
I don't think Mark Richt would have done it. I don't think Mark Richt would shave points. I really don't. If they were point shaving, unless it's so institutional that it's understood and it's just a quiet part of the game, which it might be. That's my next video idea. Georgia versus Vegas. That's the real problem. We know they can win all them damn